I'd like to take a look at thinking about specifically language tests, because it is a test of language in a way, isn't it? There's English on the test. It's an entrance exam. There's other things too. But for the English portion specifically, I think, in the literature, basically we find these two tracks, the pedagogical purpose and other purposes. So pedagogical purposes, and we learn about this in grad school, proficiency, evaluating achievements, diagnosing strength and weakness, and placing candidates in appropriate classes. But we don't really have that, do we, when we think about entrance exams? We're pretty much thinking about serving social, economic, and political purposes, demonstrating a university's status and selectivity, and indirectly measuring students' diligence and intelligence. So the research in Japan, a lot of it already is saying this, but I don't know how transparent that always is to expatriate teachers. My favorite quote is coming up about entrance exams. This is from 1978, Shimahara, and he was talking about a former incarnation of the center test. And he said this: and when I read that, I was really mad. Because it finally kind of straightened it out for me. That this is how people are thinking about this thing. I'm thinking about it one way, fresh from graduate school, and I'm thinking about the courses I took in testing and assessment, and I'm on this team, and I'm thinking we're supposed to be making a thing, and we're supposed to have a plan and specifications, and no one else seems to think we have to do that. So I wanted to know, how true is this? Is this still true? And I asked my respondents to tell me about this in my study. So only three people, pretty much out of everybody, 102 plus 24 of them giving me more details. Three of them told me that they knew where the candidates were coming from, and they were basing the test items on topics covered in the textbook, and at least the vocabulary. So in a way, it was kind of an achievement test, and it kind of had pedagogical purpose. However, pedagogical purposes were generally not listed. So this is when people told me explicitly that they weren't looking for the kinds of things that you normally would be looking for in a language test. So not about English ability. Questions aren't designed to see how proficient people are. Jack says the test is constructed by teachers who obviously weren't very familiar with what had been going on in the previous 5 or 10 years in the high school curriculum. No relationship between what is on the test and what the students are learning. This is an achievement test.
Well, I think in one case that's the point.
Yes, but I think the problem is many expatriate teachers want a language test, and it's not a placement test. So these people are saying this doesn't have any pedagogical purpose, which is in some ways correct. So what are we doing the test for? As you said, to test candidates' test-taking skill. I'll give you a moment to read that, why I have Dan step up there. So he says it's a dance. It's a test of test-taking skill. How good are you at taking a test? To indicate intellectual ability or academic potential. So again, this is about intellect and potential ability. Cognitive skills, basic intelligence, a kind of IQ test. Generate revenue. This was commonly said. The test fee is an important contribution. A payoff. It's a lot of money. And some schools have thousands, tens of thousands of students taking their test. Here, the kids pay about 10,000 yen or something. They pay a lot to do the test, and they're not being tested. So again, we have the assumption that this test is supposed to show us something about the students and what they can do.